Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video we're going to be looking at the left punch or the left punch coming through on the inside of our front arm. So if we look at having my left arm forwards and then my lovely assistant is going to throw my right arm forwards, so that my assistant's basically going to be throwing a left punch in towards me. As this punch comes in, it's going to go on the inside of my arm. So like we said on previous videos, what we're looking at, if I use yourself over here, is basically having, spin that way for me, good, is making sure that our body is facing, so that his arm, so we have this arm forward, so that when the attacker's punch is coming through, it's coming through to the inside of your actual arm. So punch is coming through this way, it's coming on the inside of the arm to hit into the face. So your body position isn't going to be that you have your hands like this in a sense, so that his hands are on the outside. So now it would be that he's on the outside. So you're basically having your body turned to the side a little bit, so you're kind of dictating where he's going to punch. So we're going to look at getting him to be punching on the inside. You could do this actively in the sense that you're wanting the person to punch on the inside, or we can look at doing it that it's just by chance that it's happened that his arm's gone on the inside of yours. So it's his left punch coming towards, like so, and it's coming straight to the face. So just like we always do, we're looking at having a punch come in to actually hit first. So he does a few of those, so then we get used to actually seeing it coming in. So again, we're looking at the throat, we're watching the shoulders to make sure that the shoulders are moving, and we're seeing which shoulder is actually coming forward, which one is going backwards, what's happening with the head, that the knee's bending a little bit, the other arm is moving back. So we're taking in everything that's happening. So from here then on this bit, we'll then look at having the pack style going forwards and then following through with the punch, like so. So again for me, jump to this side for me. So here this way, I have my hands up, and then as the punch comes towards me like so. So again, as we said before, this is too far away. So when he comes in again, then I use the pack style and then look at stepping in with the punch. So I want to make sure, so like how he is right now, if he was to straighten his arm out, he's going to miss me. So he's going to have to lean in to be able to hit me, where you'll see him moving forwards and his head moves forwards as well. So he's coming more into my range. So when I have my hands up this way, he does his movement, I throw my arm forwards and then step in with the attack. My pack style doesn't have to just be that I'm slapping to his arm this way, because again, when it's a really, really fast punch, then it's going to be very difficult timing-wise for me to be able to just do this. So just firing my arm forwards can be that it's anywhere sort of from the fingertips to the elbow in a sense, or even if it goes further, if it goes past that bit, then I need to obviously bring my shoulder down to stop his punch from actually hitting me in the face. So here this way, I'm firing my arm forwards to create, if you like, a bridge. So this way, and then I'm stepping through with my punch like so, and then continuing with my attack. So if you do it again for myself. So starting up, 1 second. So we want to make sure that the body is facing off to the side slightly. That's it. Don't worry so much about how you're standing. That's really not overly important right now. So when we come in, boom, and then hits, yeah, that's it, and then carries on forwards and stepping with the punch. Good. So if you look there, what Lawrence has got, he's got the leg controlling the rear leg, or sorry, the front leg of the opponent. So he's got the control of it. It's not really overly important to make sure he has all his weight on his back leg right now, because he's controlling his balance and punching him. The only possibility that could happen is, as this person or the attacker falls, he could get swept. So this is where you need to be able to change quickly. So bringing that back leg in so that he has a bit more weight on it. That's it, and then pushing forwards in this direction through his stance as well. So he's pushing the knee into the other person and going in this way, but pushing from the back leg. So he's pushing forwards to control the balance of the attacker, and then carries on with that with any sort of follow-ups or just punches as well. So you carry on with punches for me. That's it. Good, done. Okay. Now you're going to punch Monty. So you have your arm up. So again, hang on. So if we look right now, Monty's facing this direction, but he has his hands open, so he's leaving a big gap here. Would be slightly better if he has his body turning this way a little bit more, so he's facing a little bit more that way, so that Lawrence has to punch on the inside of his arm. So in a sense, he's using a strategic manoeuvre to make sure that the opponent is going to hit on the inside of your arm, so you know what you need to do if he was to punch. It limits your thinking time, so you can respond quicker. Again, so here, form, that's it, and then carry on in. So swap the legs. Good, good. Try both ways. So when you're doing your training, so you can see, when I'm here this way, again, I don't want to be standing here and have my hands wide out. There's no point in facing and then having a big gap here. I want to be facing a little bit over to his left side. So when the punch is coming in, like so, to hit into the face, that's it, boom, hits through, and then go back and does it again. So if we start with the arms down, and then you just fire your punch forwards, good. We bring this arm up as well. There we go, and back again. So we just get used to doing it, and then he hits like that. Good. It's like a Superman punch. So twist it over a little bit as well. Good. That's it. So you're building up, getting good at doing the punches as well. And again, from here this way, this is when I can push this forward. I can practice either stepping in with my left leg to crash into the stance of the other person to control their balance, or you have the option, again, of stepping through with my right leg and controlling it at the back. It doesn't make huge difference, it's up to you. I find sometimes that when I'm going in this way, we clash shins and it can hurt a little bit too. So this way you're hitting into the back of the leg and into the calf, so you have a little bit more control of the person, because the knee's going to bend that direction anyway, so you can take him down. It's a lot easier. Like from here now, it's easy for me to stamp down. I'm stamping here in a sense, but you would normally be looking at sort of stamping here. My training partner can take a few of these. Those ones, he can't take very many off. So, although that one still hurts too. So facing my partner this way, so you're going to do for me this time. So facing towards him, good. So everything is coming in, his hands are up, and even if his hands are down like this, and then your hands are down, and then you come in, because he's facing off in this direction, as you come in with your punch, this can quite easily get up. And you saw there, Monty gets behind his weapon, or behind his arm, his defence, to attack, and it becomes attack as well. So, and then this arm, no, didn't come up at the same time, so do it again. So we get that other arm coming up at the exact same time. So again, boom, that's it, good, and then stepping through with either or, that's it, good, and keep the head up. And again, so one, good, and then in, that's it, cool. Good, good, one more. Boom, good, and now you punch into, if you're going to do the hit here, then grab this and control so you can hit. Just be careful of this arm coming round. So this could be, yeah, that's it. And then instead of going up, go into him. So you're pushing this forward into him. That's it, just to be stronger in your stance. So this time you attack, so you do the punch. That's it. So you're facing this way, and you're having, say, this arm forward. That's it. So you know what he's going to do. All right. So again, good. And then in, and then punches. Good. Bring the back leg with you. There we go. Good. 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 There is obviously the possibility that, excuse me, second, that if I'm standing here like this, that he may punch with the other arm. So there is always another option, or another, he may kick, he may grab, or something like that. It's not saying that he's only going to punch. What I'm trying to do is limit the possibilities that he has, so he thinks he's in a window of opportunity. So I'm using a strategy, in a sense, to pretty much sort of give him the chance to just use that jab at me, or if he's got his other leg forward, top your legs, or he wants to use that cross. But let's say he does do this punch and I'm standing here this way, then I still use the same movement. So in the dummy form you have, in the sixth part of it, your arm sort of moving. What I'm looking to do, as this is coming in, I'm still doing the same thing. So whereas this arm, come in, I still do this bit and use it. You can use it as a paxal as well, or you can use it as a bridge. It becomes a bridge from the paxal. So in the same this way as well. So I'm keeping my hand pointing towards my opponent. I'm not sending my arm over in this direction. So I'm bringing it in just to stop it from hitting me. I'm not looking to do no blocking, Wing Chun blocking movement. So here this way, so again, like so, but again we're out of range, so we need to make sure that that's it. So I can easily use this to cover, but this again we'll do and cover in another video. So for now, we want to look at just this one coming in. So as I said before, arms are up this way, or even if my arms are down, your arms are down too, and then he comes in, and then I have straight away the arm come up, and then look at stepping in to control the balance here. Again, you can quite easily go around this way, or you can charge in with your punches. Carries on. If I want to do a takedown, I can either push this in, step around, and look to take out the opposite leg, or I have the option of, when I'm here this way, around, and then look to take the leg out like so. Okay, so like we've said in other videos, I want to control the person when they're on the floor. So you have lots of different options. We're going to practice on just the one takedown. So go in. Good. Hang on one second. Look, so if you look how you're facing over this side. That's it. Yeah, so forget, just stand how you would normally with your legs, and then just have your arms up. That's it. So like that. So he comes through. He's looking at the big gap through the middle here because you want him to come on the inside. That's it. Good. Step in, hit. Carry on hitting, and then bring your back leg into, what you're doing a little bit at the moment when you're stepping in is you're kind of leaving the back leg in, so we want to bring that back leg through too, so then your whole body power comes with it. So go again, there, punches, that's very good. In, and then if you look at stepping through, so you're following him, so don't be so far away, that's it, good, and back again, good, back up, and again. So step in, control, stay there. Good. Right, now this time you're leaning. So what's happening at the moment is Lawrence is leaning a little bit over to one side. So we need to square him back up, get the head up so he's looking forwards. And then from here, he's going to step through. So if you bring your back leg forward, so it's level with your front leg. And then from there, so you're grabbing. And now take this around and then sweep him. Around and sweep him, don't take it across. So go around his leg. And then sweep him back, and then pull down. So he lands in front of him. So again, so you can see, I'll do it quickly. So here, if you're simply going for a lot with this leg, so when this one comes in and I've stepped in like so, when I've done my punches, then from here I can take this around like so. Push the head and then take this back. Okay, so that way. So again, we do as a kick in a sense. So here this way, step in, punches, like so. We'll send him this direction a little bit, and then from here, we're taking this round, and then taking down. Okay, so again. Good, body facing, that's it. Step in, punch, and then around. There we go, good. And then that knee, you need the knee over here on the head. That's it, and the other knee on his hip. There we go, sit down on his hip. Good, and then keep the back straight a little bit more, so you've got the control. Good, then up and again. So we're looking to build on it each time. So again, comes in, form, step it through, punches, good, keep your head up. Good, that's it. So if you look like he's done now, then you can't do that sweep because he's crossed his legs over. So just punch him. That's it. Good, and again. Cool, and he's going to do to you. So you're gonna punch Monty, so he defends. So from there, that's it. One, in, and punch. Good. Don't worry about hugging me. That's it. Cool. Okay, again. So making sure that arms are up. Yep. And then comes forwards. Good. And do the same. Cool. We need to be looking at a few. We need to look at basically a few sort of distractions. So hitting him will distract him because the problem is if I come in like this and then you do that movement and you've gone around this way, then I can also look at taking you too. So we don't want to have that possibility if you're going to go straight around. So give them something to think about first. So again, as in hitting them. So they're thinking, yeah, that's it, punches, and then a few extra hits. Good. So and then finish. Again. So step in, a few hits, stand normally. So instead of standing here like you know he's going to do something, we want to be more from a complete neutral position. So from there, then you go and punch, boom, that's it, good. Then it's good. And he had his arm down, so I can't try and force this up. His arm is down, so punch over the top. So have your hands in the middle and then just punch them straight forwards. Forward, that's it there. So that time he didn't. That time. So he's changing each time. So you have to change too. That's it. Then back up again. Good. One more. Good. Good, and one more. We'll do one more. Good. Think of this one hitting in and then falling. So you're covering yourself before you go straight in. So boom, that's it, and then straight in. Hit, yes. Good. And then control the hip and control the head. Cool. Like so. Good. And up. So real quick, just to recap. So as I said before, I'm looking to make sure my body is off to the side. The idea is to keep training with this, guys. With each video, what we're doing is I'm not giving them any time to practice anything as well, because I want them to make some mistakes so that I can help with you guys for your own learning when you're watching the videos as well. And as I said before, leave some comments and I can answer them. But what we're looking to do, the main part of this is that they're going to come in with a left punch. The punch is going to go on the inside of my arm, so I want to kind of set him up to do that. So I'm facing slightly to his left with my body, and I'll either have my hands up and open or I can have my hands down. If he gets in range, like he is now, then, especially with his hand up, if he's got his hands up like this, then I'm an idiot if I have my hands down. I need to have my hands up. So if his arms are down, then I have a better chance. If he's backed off just a tiny bit, so if he's there. But if I've got my arms down and he's got his arms down and we're this close, come a little bit closer, so this close, then again, I'm an idiot for keeping my arms down if we're in an aggressive situation. I need to have my hands up to have half a chance at being able to defend myself, because he can move a lot quicker to hit than I can to defend. So, than anyone can to defend. Just the reaction time, timing-wise, is a lot slower than his action time. So, from here he comes in a little bit more. I'm bringing my arms up. As he comes through and does a hit, I'm looking to cover and then hit like so. Again, because I'm taller, it's easier for me to come over the top. You saw then when Monty was doing with Lawrence that basically he was having to punch underneath the arm. So here this way, punches through like so, continues with the attack. If I'm going with this leg, then there's nothing wrong with me coming around to take this leg out. Okay, so to take him down after I've hit. Or alternatively, if he has leaned back a lot from my punch and he's got a lower weight onto this leg, then doing this might not be enough. So I may need to literally go through to kick out that back leg as well. Again, it does depend on the situation. You can't have one person that just goes in one perfect way for you every single time. Because as you saw there when these guys were doing it, virtually every time there was something slightly different that was happening. So this is where you have to practice, and you have to practice with different people. So again, comes in, here this way, punches, I can step in like so, continue my punch, and there's nothing wrong again with just sweeping him out. So sweeping the leg out and then taking him down like so. So again, we're not looking to crush my opponent, but here this way, boom, step in, hit, then this idea, and then I've got the control of him, and I've got the arm too, and I can be punching into the side of his ribs, or if he's round a little bit into the kidney or the liver, wherever is available. So practice, and then more practice. As I said before, leave a comment below, hit a like, or share it with us as well. Let me know what your thoughts are. Good luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Right.